Hi, welcome to Too Many Gadgets. So today we are talking about cordless vacuum cleaners. This is the Mi Handheld Vacuum Cleaner 1C from Xiaomi. So by far one of the most popular videos on my channel was a video that I did last year about the Xiaomi Dreame V9 cordless vacuum cleaners. That video still gets a lot of questions about should I buy that model or some of the newer models like this, the 1C, or the V10 that's now also out, or the V9P for that sake. So what I'm going to do here is have a look at this new version and compare it to the existing model that I still have, the V9, and see if it's same but different, or if it's actually better or worse than the V9. Enough talks about specifications and stuff like that. Let's get this bad boy out and rolling on my carpets and floors and see if it stacks up against the V9 that I still have and I have had for like a year or so. So again, the bar is set high, but let's see if this one can do the same or even more. The doormat at our front door is the perfect place to start out this test because that has a pretty ungrateful job of being the victim of all the dirt and debris that's being brought into our house. And like with the V9, the 1C is powerful enough to pick up all of this stuff, and a big part of that is this rotating brush that makes sure that it's just not suction power but also friction that helps you clean up the house. The main brush is super easy to use, and like you are seeing here, it's super flexible to move about, which makes it super easy and a joy to clean your house. You can control the suction power, and here's a demonstration of the noise level generated by the 3 levels. Quite a big difference between the 3. I usually only use the first 2. They are more than sufficient for my use. To empty it, you just take the main unit outside, open the lid and empty it. You can remove the cylinder once in a while if you want to clean that. To power it, you can power it directly into the main unit, or like I will recommend, that you power the base station and then put the vacuum cleaner into the base station and have it powered through that. So comparing the 1C between the V9 and also the V10, so the 1C and the V9 are totally identical as to the major internal specs. As you've noticed with my comparison, so the accessories will not match so you cannot swap between the two because the thighs and the thickness of the tubing on the 1C is slightly different than the V9. All the accessories and all of that is identical in the outside dimensions, in how long it is and stuff like that, so there's no difference there, but the tubing is just a little bit different, so you can't swap between the two. The V10 has a slightly more powerful motor than the 1C and the V9. So the 1C and the V9 are rated at having a suction strength of 20,000 PA, whereas the V10 has a number that is 22,000. To be honest, I don't think that's really that important because when I'm using my V9, I often don't have it set to maximum strength because I don't need to. When you are running it at the highest level, it gives a fairly high frequent sound that isn't that pleasing to listen to. So unless I actually need it, I don't have it set at max volume. So again, increasing the max volume is probably not something that I would pay more for, because for me the V9 and also the 1C is sufficient powered. The base station is a little bit different between the 1C and the V9, and that in a little bit of an advantage to the V9, because the 1C, the base station is a little bit smaller. That could be a plus, but the cost of that is that you can only fit 2 out of the 3 accessories that comes with the 1C and the V9. So in that aspect, I prefer the V9, because that base station can hold all 3 accessories on the base station. So the V9 and the 1C has identical motors in, if you measure at how many sort of cycles it does per second, and the battery is also identical. It's a 2500 milliamp battery, so no difference in that aspect. So if you watched the entire video up until now, it shouldn't come as a big surprise to you that I don't feel that there is really a difference between the 1C and the V9. They are both very great vacuum cleaners, and pick either one and you will be happy. So, but it is just a facelift. For me, it's not a new experience at all. It's pretty much from the outside identical. And for some reason they have made some small changes to the inner tubing that makes it impossible to sort of mix and match between the accessories. But again, the accessories are on the outside identical, so I don't know why you would. So the base station on this version for me is not as good as the V9, because it can't hold the 3rd accessory like the V9 can do. So the price of this on AliExpress, including shipping, is, let me just have a look here at my notes, $180. So really, and I'll leave a link in the description field, and I'll also leave a link to the V9 and the V10. So for me, guys, if any of these goes on sale, pick that one. Really, the differences here are so subtle that it won't make you'll be happy with either one of them. So just pick the one that you can get the best deal on, and you'll be set. So again, any questions, just leave a comment, or else I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.